on Underdog Fantasy Football. It is so much fun to talk about the underrated players, the guy who's going to kill their ADP, the guy who is going to absolutely win you your league. But it's just as important to know exactly who not to draft. Underdog ADPs are constantly changing, constantly updating. If you think a player is overpriced and is going off the board too high, chances are wait a couple weeks and they are going to go back down the board and you're going to be able to draft him for cheaper later in the summer. Looking at just this last season, 2024, this is historical ADP for just 1 month from Josh Allen, Mr. QB1. March 15th to April about 17th, he dropped over 10 spots in ADP. So people thought that Josh Allen was going too high off the board, so they waited on him. And now people drafting later in the summer were able to get a cheaper price on this player. So that's why it's important. When you think a player is going off the board too early, don't overdraft him. Just wait, and chances are if you think he's overrated, more people will think he's overrated, and the ADP will become more lenient. It will push him down the board. But looking at the first player we have here, who is currently an overrated running back on Underdog Fantasy Football, it's going to be Pittsburgh Steelers running back Jaylen Warren, the 1B for the Pittsburgh Steelers offense after they drafted running back Caleb Johnson out of Iowa in the 3rd round of the 2025 NFL Draft. Jaylen Warren is on an offense that features Mason Rudolph at quarterback. And if Aaron Rodgers joins that offense like everyone says, is he really still an elite quarterback? I don't think so. This is supposed to be a really, really bad offense and not an offense where we want a running back 1B off of, even if he does have some receiving upside. Now, if we go ahead and take a look at where he's coming off the board, we're going to find another reason why I don't like this player. Coming off the board at running back 32, whereas later down on the board at running back 37 and 38 is where you can get Travis Etienne, the starting running back for the Jacksonville Jaguars, and Javonte Williams, the starting running back for the Dallas Cowboys. Both starting running backs, and running back is an opportunity-based position. So if they're the starting running back for the whole year, they're going to put up about 28, a running back 28 finish, meaning they're going to way outproduce their ADP and outproduce where Jaylen Warren is being drafted currently. Also, Jaylen Warren being drafted only 2 spots below Isaiah Pacheco, who's the starting running back for the Kansas City Chiefs. Feels like every single season we're trying to ask ourselves, who's the next starting running back for the Kansas City Chiefs? We want to pick him up. Now he's here, and for some reason, he is coming off the board at running back 30. Definitely draft him over Jaylen Warren. Also, another overrated player that you can see right next to Jaylen Warren on this list is going to be Najee Harris, coming off the board at running back 31 of the Los Angeles Chargers. He's also a running back 1B, except this time, he's stuck behind an even better running back 1 in Omarion Hampton, their 1st-round pick of that team, although that is a much probably better offense and much more run-heavy offense. So I think Najee Harris, you can sell me a little bit more on Najee Harris, but definitely Jaylen Warren is going to be the guy that I'm looking at instead, or I'm going to be fading Jaylen Warren and fading Najee Harris as well in this position. So now moving on to our next overrated running back here. It's going to be Rhamondre Stevenson from the New England Patriots, another running back who is just replaced in his offense. If we go ahead and look at what the VP of Player Personnel, Elliott Wolf, said about their new rookie running back, Travion Henderson, he said that he has extremely good speed, pass protection, and pass game, but the most important thing that he said is we view him as a 3-down back. Now, if Travion Henderson is playing 1st down, 2nd down, 3rd down, where does that leave Rhamondre Stevenson? I guess he's blocking. I guess he's an up man on 4th down for punts. So definitely not interested in drafting Rhamondre Stevenson at his current ADP. At his current ADP, he's going off the board at running back 39. So that is too high for what is expected to be, based off the words from the Patriots organization, a pure handcuff running back from an offense that is not an elite offense. They're not as bad as the Pittsburgh Steelers offense projects to be, but they're not an elite offense. And looking at his ADP, honestly, I understand there are not amazing running backs in this range. So if you are going to take a running back, Rhamondre Stevenson is not the worst bet in the world. But if I'm taking a pure handcuff, I would rather go farther down the board and take a handcuff from a better offense. I would rather draft Ray Davis, the handcuff for the Buffalo Bills, or Blake Corum, the handcuff for the LA Rams, because if James Cook or Kyron Williams should go down, I think they're going to score a lot more points than Rhamondre Stevenson would should Travion Henderson go down. Also, one more point that I forgot to put in about Mr. Jaylen Warren is Zach Charbonnet is another 1B going after him, and Zach Charbonnet, just like Jordan Mason from the Vikings, might end up being a 1A by the end of the season. So Zach Charbonnet and Jordan Mason, better picks than Jaylen Warren. But hopping into who we got for our final running back, overrated running back for this video, it's going to be rookie running back Bhayshul, I hope I pronounced that correctly, Bhayshul Tuten from the Jacksonville Jaguars. If we pull up the Jacksonville Jaguars depth chart, you will notice that Bhayshul Tuten is currently listed as the running back 3 for this football team. So why would you go ahead and draft a running back 3 when we know running back is an opportunity-based position? The running back 3 is slated to get the 3rd most carries. It probably won't be very relevant unless Travis Etienne or Tank Bigsby get injured. Bhayshul Tuten going off the board at running back 40. I promise you, the most expensive running back 3 in fantasy football. Yes, his checkboxes were pretty good as a rookie prospect. He got drafted high enough. 4th round's pretty good. His BMI is good, coming under 6 feet, but still over 200 pounds. That's what we're looking for. The dude caught the ball and ran really, really fast, but everyone is keying in on these checkboxes being good, and they're pushing him up the board where he deserves to be pushed up the board higher than the other 4th string or 3rd string running backs. And I understand the Jacksonville Jaguars are not high on ETN, but running back, it's an opportunity-based position. Do not be drafting running back 3s at an ADP of 40. You can get Tajay Spears, Rhamondre Stevenson, Zach Charbonnet. These are all either 1Bs like Spears or Charbonnet, or a pure handcuff in Rhamondre Stevenson. Both of these guys have a better and easier path to relevancy instead of a running back 3, the way Bhayshul Tuten is going to have to wait for possibly 2 injuries or a benching and an injury to see that running back 1 status. Also, the Jacksonville Jaguars, middle of the road offense, they are not an elite offense. So even if he is the starting running back, there isn't guarantee that this guy is going to absolutely pop and be a league winner. Although one thing that we also do have to notice in his favor is he is the one and only running back drafted by this current regime. Jacksonville Jaguars fired their GM last year and picked up a new one for this year. He didn't draft Tank Bigsby, didn't draft Travis Etienne. Bhayshul Tuten, they are looking for excuses to put Bhayshul Tuten in, but he's still a long shot. And when you're looking at it, all comes down to price. ADP of 40, way too expensive, even with all the all the outside circumstances, way too high to be drafting a running back 3. But that's what I got for today. So if you enjoyed the video, please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already, and have a great day.